Hey dudes, what is going on? This is our second ice farm in this ice farm series. I think we're only gonna have one more after this, but this one is one of my favorites, and I got the idea for this one from Pixel Riffs. I'm not sure if this is a Pixel Riffs design or if he got the design from somewhere else. Pixel Riffs, because that guy is an absolute legend. But this one's really cool because it uses a flying machine with pistons underneath to push the ice down below, and then once you're down here, then you can chop away at the ice. So just like this, you know, you can get your efficiency on your pickaxe and just go ham on all of this ice. So again, you might be asking, like, why should I need ice? Why do I care about ice? Well, ice is very useful in farms. You can make item transport, which is lag friendly, so it's really good to have ice transport and water streams on servers. It's also stackable ice, which is super nice to have. All you need to do is break the ice with a tool that does not have silk touch on it, and it'll turn into water, so you can make water streams or a water elevator, stuff like that. And this is essentially stackable ice that you can use in those kinds of builds. Okay, so I literally just cleared out literally just 2 levels of this farm, and my pockets are absolutely full to the brim with ice now. As you can see, there's tons on the floor still, and I literally just broke down these 2 so you guys can get an idea of how this ice farm works. So what happens is, over time, the ice will form off of these solid blocks, which that ice block won't go away because there's obsidian under it. There's obsidian under that, and then ice will form on the edges here. So you can see with the tick warp that the ice will start to form in these water sources, and we have these diagonal slabs. Once again, we took that from the other design over there to make sure that these water sources do not turn into ice. So that's a good little trick to do that. And then once there's some ice in here, or you know, you can just have this running all the time, and as the ice forms, it'll get pushed down. But as the ice forms in here, what you can do is pull that, and then the machine will push all the ice down below. So you can see it pushing all the ice down, and on its way back, it's going to push some more down. As you can see, the ice is once again touching the ground just after one pass of this thing. I put a lot of time and effort into my videos, and I would really appreciate it if you left a subscribe. It's free, it takes about 2 seconds, and you can always unsubscribe later if you really want. Do you want to play on a Minecraft server with me and receive some other really cool benefits? Definitely consider becoming a Patreon today. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're building this farm is set up a platform for you to walk on, something where you can pick away at all of the ice, just like that. And make it pretty big, and the widest that we're going to be able to make this thing is 10 blocks wide, and that's going to be 8 blocks in the middle, just because of how the flying machine works. That's how wide you can make it. You can make more modules of this if you want to get more ice than that and just make this thing absolutely bonkers. So once you have all this made, and you want to make sure that there's no like air pockets under it, you want to fill it all in. Otherwise the ice will start pushing some of these blocks down below from the piston, because I only make mine high enough to where you can really reach and get the ice from, and I make it so that you can't get that top block if you're just standing here, which is good so you don't accidentally break the farm, because you do need that bottom block to be there. I just want to pause and admire how cool that looks when all the water fills in. But yeah, that's really cool. But what we're going to do is we're going to build a little bit of a smaller version of the farm just to show you guys how to make it. You can make it as large as you want when you're actually building it. But we're going to start off by making this kind of shape. And then let's count how many blocks off the ground that is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 blocks off the ground. So yeah, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blocks. And then on the 8th block, what you're going to do is you're going to put your first building block. Now I'm using iron block. You don't have to use iron block. You can use any kind of building block that you want. Now all of these are going to be placeholders. We're eventually going to push all of these down below, and then it's going to be ice sitting right here on this level. So just keep that in mind. This is not going to be part of the aesthetic at all. These are just temporary building blocks. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put up the edges to make the ice tray, just like we did in the other design. And then you're going to make this as long as you want to make this thing. It doesn't really matter how long you make it. You just need to be able to AFK somewhere where you're not going to like despawn the flying machine. So just make sure it's within 20 chunks and you'll be good. I think that's the default distance for loading entities like that. So yeah, I'd be pretty impressed if you made a 20 chunk wide farm like this. But yeah, then we're just gonna put in the walls like this. I'm gonna make mine a little bit shorter, just like that. And then we're gonna build this side like this, and then it's gonna come all the way over like that. Build the wall on this side, boom. Now we just need to fill all of this in. Okay, so now that that is all filled in, that is good, everything's looking good. Next, you're gonna have to pick a kind of slab. It doesn't matter what kind of slab it is, it just has to be a slab. And then we're gonna do the diagonals all the way across so that all the water sources in these spots right here won't turn into ice, and we'll have this continuous water source. And wow, I did that perfect. I did not know that that was gonna line up perfectly like that, but that looks absolutely beautiful. Next, you can go ahead and fill in all of the slabs with the water. And when you do that, it's gonna make the whole ice tray turn into water sources, and the water sources will start turning into ice. This is a quick vibe check. Are you vibing? Let me know how hard you're vibing down in the comments below. And if you're vibing hard, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so that you can join the Dusty tribe. Cool, now that we're done vibing, let's get back into the video. Next, you're gonna wanna put immovable blocks on the blocks that are in the middle of these. And what that's gonna do is that when this turns into ice, it won't be able to push down. And then that leaves a solid block right there, so more ice will form in the middle here. You can't really do it in these corners right here because it messes up all the water flows, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it on all these ones that are kind of in the middle. And then you can put those really wherever you want. That's just where I like to put them. And then what that does is it puts the water block there, which then other ice can form off of that, and it makes this tray fill up a little bit faster so you get more ice out of the farm. The next step is to build the flying machine, and in order to build the flying machine, what we're going to need to do is put 4 blocks of obsidian under these blocks right here, because the pistons are going to try and push these blocks down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, but we'll do that in a second. So to build this flying machine, we're going to do it just like any other flying machine, where you put the slime in a formation just like that. It's like a little 2 lines that are a little bit offset. Put the sticky pistons in the middle. Okay, so this part's gonna be a little bit different. You're gonna want to put sticky pistons underneath these slime blocks and make sure that they're facing down. And then we're gonna want observers facing into this slime block right here. So put blocks adjacent just like that, so you can get in here and easily get these in here. And then we're also gonna want to put observers that are facing down on this block right here and this block right here. Then we can take out these scaffolding blocks, and this thing is essentially ready to go. All we need to do is make the return station, and the return station is a little bit different than your normal return station. And I forgot to mention, for the immovable blocks, for all the obsidian, I used in the middle, and these blocks right here, you can use either furnaces or obsidian. So you can just put furnaces there. Furnaces are a little bit cheaper. That's probably what I would do, but I think the obsidian looks a little bit better. So yeah, that's for you to decide what you really want to do there. But let's go ahead and make this return station. It's gonna look, the formation's gonna look a little bit like this. And then we're gonna put a repeater with 4 ticks going that way, another repeater in front of that with 4 ticks going that way. And then we're gonna put redstone going over the top like that. And we need more delay on this return station, because if we don't do that, then the pistons get stuck because the slime blocks try and pull them away while they're still extended, which doesn't work. So we need to put a little bit more delay on the return stations to make sure that we don't lose the pistons here. So we're gonna finish that return station, but let's go ahead and build the return station on this side now. When you build the return station on this one, these are gonna be the 4 blocks that you're gonna need to make sure don't actually get moved at all. So we need to put immovable blocks under there, which I used furnaces. And then for the actual return station, it's going to be up at this height. We're going to need to put an immovable block underneath that, which I'm using a furnace. That needs to be an observer facing backwards back this way. And then we're going to put 2 blocks coming out, 1 block up, and then another block up just like that. And then this is going to be exactly the same, where it's 2 repeaters, 4 ticks, and then the redstone just goes over the top. And then in front here, we're gonna have a trap door. So grab the trap door and then make sure you click on that redstone just like that, and that thing is all done. And there's one more thing that we need to do before we actually launch this thing, and that's to put immovable blocks underneath all of these half slabs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a furnace underneath each of the half slabs, and you can just double check to make sure we're putting it in the right spot. And what this does is it makes it so that the piston won't actually push down the half slab. If we didn't put these here, it would still be able to push the half slab down, and then that would break the whole farm. Now that we have all of those furnaces in place, this thing is all ready to go. So when we first run this, you're gonna see that the first block to come down is the iron blocks, just like I said, which those were just temporary blocks. So now you need to go ahead and get rid of all of the iron blocks that are here. Maybe wait until there's ice above them before you get rid of them. And then all the rest that comes down is gonna be ice after that. But yeah, that's it for this farm. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next one, and bye-bye.